What does this system mean for people on the ground in Japan? What are the communities right now that should be on alert or evacuating? Can you break down for us the human aspect here?
Uh, big thing, big thing is widespread flooding, life-threatening flooding with the rain amounts we've been talking about. We're talking of rainfall in feet instead of inches. So life-threatening flooding. It's mostly across Southwest Japan, Kyushu, Southwest Honshu, that area, maybe as far east as Osaka. I think eventually we'll get some rain into like the Tokyo area, but nothing like what they saw with the typhoon a few weeks ago. In Tokyo, I think by the time they get everything's all said and done with the rainfall from the typhoon, it's probably like 2 to 4 inches of rain from that system. But the heavier rains will be to their west and kind of in the Southwest Japan area, where the system's going to be very slow moving and maybe even stall for a bit.
So heavier rain in the west and the southwest of Japan, 2 to 4 inches in the Tokyo area. I imagine that the instructions for people differ on where they live, right? So is the Southwest under evacuation and folks in the Tokyo area just being told to sandbag or reinforce their windows? What's the difference there?
I'm going to guess the evacuations are closer to where it made landfall across Southwest Japan, where the heaviest of the rain has been so far and the strongest winds have been so far. I think farther east, they're probably taking precautions. As the rain mounts will be lighter and the winds should not be as big of a factor. But I still wouldn't let my guard down if I was in the Tokyo area because maybe the system comes a little bit farther south and it's maybe a little slower moving. Maybe it could be even higher rain amounts depending on exactly where the center tracks.
So we've been talking about typhoon and you mentioned hurricane winds, and I just want to pull back a little bit. Here in the Northeast, we talk about hurricanes all the time this time of year. What is the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane?
Just a naming convention, semantics, more or less. Typhoon is the same thing. If you had a math equation, typhoon equals hurricane. It's just in the West Pacific, they call them typhoons. In the East Pacific, Central and East Pacific, and in the Atlantic, they're referred to as hurricanes.